Hey guys, a little incident happened at work the other day with my team members in my department, and it gave me a little lesson, a little reminder that I thought I'd share with you about how important it is to learn to interact with other people and solve our differences and not rely on computers and AI, which is increasingly producing empty content, but embracing our humanity, enjoying each other's differences, and learning to work through it. So let me read to you something I wrote and just give you my thoughts on it. So, being human. The other day at work, a couple of my team members were doing a lot of complaining about things their coworkers were doing and saying. I overheard the complaints, and after a while, I walked over to see, what the issues were and what I could do to help them solve it. They continued to complain about how bad the quality of work was from their coworkers, lack of details, poor descriptions, sloppy work, and how difficult it was making their job. I asked when these problems started, and they said it's been happening for weeks. When I asked if they had talked to their coworkers about these problems and tried to explain to them how their behavior was making their job difficult, they hadn't even tried to address the problems or tried to communicate with the people who were causing the issues. After some back and forth with the team, I realized they weren't actually interested in solving the problem. They just wanted to complain. Once I realized this, I asked them to follow me to the department who was causing the issues so we could confront the issues and discuss them with the only people who had the ability to correct the problem. Seems like common sense, right? But sometimes we take the easy way, the easy route, and we don't address the problem because it feels a little better just to vent. But that doesn't really accomplish anything. So let me tell you what we did next. They were reluctant to follow me over to the department at first, but I insisted. We went over and sat down with the team who was causing the issues and started by asking some questions about the details of their process and their work. I explained that on our side, certain details were causing confusion and frustration because we weren't able to do our jobs effectively with the information they provided. They explained how their process works and why certain details look the way they do. We got a better understanding of their process limitations, and they got a better understanding of our needs. The whole incident really highlighted for me the importance of human interaction, clear communication, empathy, patience, understanding, and the importance of focusing on problem solving and avoiding the habit of complaining. Later that day, at our meeting with the other teams, I reminded all the team members about the importance of honing these communication skills. Strengthening these skills makes them more effective at work, increases their eligibility for promotions, gives them more job security, and has many other benefits beyond the workplace, including more satisfying relationships and more joy and contentment in life. I also reminded them that work and life in general is messy, and the better we get at turning messy situations into solutions, the more value we bring to the table. You see, this is one of the abilities that us humans have that AI cannot replace. Understanding others, putting ourselves in their shoes, empathizing with them, and compromising to find solutions that make life better for everyone. Sure, conflict can be uncomfortable in the moment, but it can be one of the most powerful tools we have. Humans can relate to each other. We share common struggles in our lives, in our thoughts, and our relationships. AI can never do this. It can only simulate, only copy, only synthesize the real-life experience that humans have. Be proud of the fact that we're human, that we're messy, and that we can adapt to what life throws at us. By embracing this reality, you make yourself irreplaceable, and you shield yourself from much of the AI takeover. So whenever you find yourself wanting to complain about other people, about messy or difficult situations, and wanting to avoid difficult conversations, remember each of these is an opportunity to grow, to learn, to bring out the best in each other. Each time we shy away from these situations or we act passive-aggressive instead of honestly confronting the issue, we hand one more little piece of humanity over to computers to do. In the years to come, easy, mindless, comfortable jobs won't exist. AI can take those roles easily, producing perfectly clean reports, spell-checked documents, blemish-free faces, empty corporate jargon, and meaningless polite conversation. Humans will only be needed to interact with other humans, to give them real care, real meaning, deep connection, and to delight in each other's imperfections. So before you try to avoid that next uncomfortable human interaction, ask yourself, do I want to live in a world where computers simulate what people used to do? Or do I want to live in a world where people still take the time to listen, understand, relate, and care for each other? Each of us, with our everyday words and actions, plays a part in how the future will look. Embrace your humanity, accept the flaws in others, communicate openly and honestly, work out your differences with kindness and understanding. This is what makes us unique, and this is what makes us human. Thank you.